Many businesses get back to business here in Ohio. There is one industry that never stopped: farming. It provides its own built-in degree of social distancing. However, News 5's John Kosick tells us now with the work comes a high level of uncertainty.
Uncertainty is something the farmers are used to, especially in an industry so impacted by weather. Now you throw in a 2-year trade war with China and a global pandemic, and the future gets even murkier. When last we visited with Portage County farmer Chuck Sayre at harvest time last fall, his family had a difficult decision to make. Did they stick with the soybeans they had primarily planted for 30 years, a market devastated by the trade war with China, or switch to mainly corn? 7 months later,
we're still deciding. We were talking with our seed salesman here yesterday, as a matter of fact. We're still making changes.
That's because corn is no longer the safer bet it looked like in the fall, and that is a direct result of the pandemic.
A big market for corn is ethanol. And now that the oil prices are so low, crude, and everything is so low, most ethanol plants have shut their doors. They're not buying corn right now.
And while the soybean market looked promising after a trade deal with China in January, it wasn't the boost farmers were hoping to see, because China is now buying at a price driven down by the trade war itself.
So if they're buying $6 soybeans or $7 soybeans, they're getting a lot more bushels, a lot more volume for their dollar. We would have hoped it to be up to $10, $11, $12 for us to be profitable.
As Americans have reacted to the hit that this crisis has had on their personal finances, farmers will tell you this has been their reality for the last 3 years.
We've taken a 50% loss over the past 3 years, so it's just hard to sustain. I mean, we're burning, my dad's 75 years old. We've had to take loans out on the farm now to keep operating, stuff that was paid off, we're burning into his equity now. He's worked his whole life for this, and we're burning into his equity now just to stay operating.
Unfortunately, he said they had equity built up to burn through as they wait for things to turn around, something a lot of farmers don't have the luxury of doing. John Kosick, News 5.